Okay, so I was watching that tonight's conversation or one of those clips or whatever, and the woman had a discussion or asked a question about that I kind of translated into a value question. She was like, you're messing with a guy, he's messing with other females. Why don't he just keep it real with you? And the answer was brilliant. The answer that he gave her was brilliant, right? But I would have gone in a totally different direction. I would have asked her, what is it that you need him to keep it real about? Like, honestly, you just told us he's messing with other women. Therefore, you know. If you know, then what is it that he needs to tell you? And how is that going to impact what you already think? But she is consistently trying to say, him, why don't he? And whatchamacallit, he did a good job putting it back on her. But I will put it back on her in a totally different way. Like, if you already know, like, here's an example. Here's a perfect example. So, let's say you're a nurse. I don't know what nurses make, okay? But let's say you're a nurse, you make $100,000 a year. That's what nurses get. Let's just say that's what nurses get. And I say, hey, I got a new hospital. I want you to come work for me in my new hospital. Right? You're going to be my lead nurse or whatever, nurse practitioner, whatever, right? You show up at work on Monday. We go through our little training and orientation, get you going. You doing your thing, making schedules, taking care of patients. 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks sometimes, because we start in the wrong pay cycle and all of that. You get your paycheck. You look, you say, man, something's wrong. This is not enough money. So you look at the taxes. What's going on? You look at the FICA and the federal, and then, man, what is happening, man? Social Security, you looking at all this stuff. Medicare, Medicaid, all of it. You looking at it, right? When finally common sense comes over, you say, man, look at the pay rate. You look at the pay rate and say $17 an hour. At that moment, you know your value was $100,000, but you are making less than half your value. Then you show up to work on Monday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You put in a lot of work because you believe if I work hard enough, eventually they will bump my salary up to that $100,000 because they will see my worth. 20 years go by and you finally retire, and you have the audacity to turn around, look at my hospital, and say, how dare they? That's why I said it's a value question. It's a value question. If you don't know your value, then you're willing to undersell yourself at times. And that's clearly what you're doing. You have a problem with this, yet you're showing up to work Monday morning. You ever heard actions speak louder than words? I just found that really interesting. And if I'm running the hospital, when you show up Monday morning, because I'm sitting there sweating, biting my nails like, okay, she about to get that first paycheck, man. She clearly, anybody in their right mind quit. Clearly, she's going to quit. When you show up Monday morning, not only am I looking at you and laughing inside, I'm also pausing to reassess how much you might actually be worth. You might not even actually be worth 30,000 because clearly a person that's supposed to make 100 would never sell for 30. 75 maybe, 80 or 90 maybe, but not 30. So if you're selling for 30 now, you just lost even more value to me. Now I'm looking at you like I'm overpaying you. Your undervalued compensation is viewed by me as overpayment because nobody worth 100 grand would show up for 30. Think about it.